Hi all. Now we will learn about libraries in C programming language. What is a library? A library is also a C program, just that it does not have main function, which means operating system cannot execute it. However, other programs can refer to functions which are part of these libraries. I have been telling you people about code reuse, but I have never told how to do code reuse. Well, libraries are the mechanism by which you do code reuse. For example, in your system there will be one file only, libc.dll or libc.so if you are on Unix. So that file is a library, and every program which uses a C library call will use the same library. Now there are two types of libraries as I have written. One is static and another is dynamic. Static libraries have the extension .a, that is archive. Dynamic libraries have extension called DLL, that is dynamically linked libraries. On Unix systems, they may have the name .so, shared object, or .sl, shared library, and they can have other extensions, but these are popular ones. Now, what do you mean by static library? Let us say I have a function f and it has got some piece of code, and I write another program which is a driver program, say test, and I link with static library. Then the definition or the body or the instructions of f will be embedded into my test binary. That is, after compilation, I do not need that static library. I can safely delete it. But dynamic library means you are loading the library at runtime. That is, you just make a reference at compilation. Okay, I'll use this library which is available at this location at runtime. But if you delete the shared dynamic library or shared library, then at runtime your program will not run. What are the disadvantages and advantages of static and library? What are the advantages we get if we use static library? What are the advantages if we use dynamic? And what are their respective disadvantages? Since static library is built into code, it is embedded into code, it starts fast but costs more memory. Why? Say you are using static version of standard C library, then you are not the only program, or you do not have only a single program which is using that. You have several other programs which are actually using the same copy, and all of them will be stored at different locations in memory. So multiple copies of same things are running. So it will cost you more RAM. That is, a lot of RAM will be used because libc is a very standard library. Lots of programs depend on it. Almost every executable depends on standard C library. While in the case of dynamic library, it is slower, but only at startup. Once your startup is done, it is as fast as your dynamic static library. It saves a lot of time. So dynamic libraries are always preferred way to handle. The problem is that you must have the dynamic library in your path, while static library is not needed after compilation. A static library is just an archive of object files, and you can use AR command to create archives from say 5 or 10 or 20 object files, however you may want, and store it as a .a file. On the other hand, a dynamic library is a tick code, that is position independent code. You need to tell the compiler that I want this piece of code to act as dynamic library, and you must pass a special flag which is -f, capital P, capital I, capital C, small f, pick, so that the program, the GCC compiler knows, okay, I need to do this. People typically find it difficult to uh, build a dynamic library in the beginning when they start programming. They find dynamic library creation is difficult, but it is not difficult, it is quite easy. Slightly more complex than static, but actually building both the libraries are very much similar, and there is little bit of difference. I implore you to learn how to build both the libraries. I'll show you how to build a static library, I'll show you how to build a dynamic library, and I'll show you how to write a program and link to both of them, and then how to run that program. I'll show you all this in Eclipse. I'll show you where you will face a problem in Eclipse. And it's a very important problem which you will have if you try this on your own. So I'll stop here in this session, and in the next session I'll show you how to actually do this using Eclipse. Thanks. Happy coding.